Hi bloggers, Rick Dickson coming at you the last week of October before Halloween. I'm looking forward to a trip to Baton Rouge, maybe not on Halloween, but that's when it's scheduled, so I'll be there Saturday night. You might notice it's a little hazy or a little darker in here today, but there's a reason. There's a Go Green initiative on our campus, so I'm doing my part. So from 2 o'clock every day until the end of the day, I make sure that our lights here in my office are turned off. I'm doing my part to conserve energy, and so bear with us on this. You know, one of the other neat things this time of the year, and I found myself in here for an hour or so this morning, but it is our first signing date of the 2009-2010 year. So for about 15 soon-to-be Tulane student athletes, I was signing letters of intent, grant and aids that'll be announced in the coming weeks. So it's always fun. These are young men and women that have already visited campus, not only here at Tulane, but typically as many as 5 campuses in making their choice and selection to go to college. And it's always neat. That's something I get to do usually on Fridays. The coaches bring in different recruits. So it's fun when it comes to, it kind of culminates in these young folks that'll sign a letter of intent, and you'll read about it here shortly. In fact, I might even give you a sneak preview in our next blog. Other than that, it's been a busy fall for us, as you know, and we're about at that turn of season time as we start to kick into our winter sports. We're winding down with the fall sports, women's volleyball, football, and our cross country, and we'll soon evolve into the men and women's basketball and the indoor track and field. So that's the way it goes for us. It always continues on. I think one of the fun things, everybody got a glimpse of our teams during the late night program that we did last weekend after the volleyball match. So here shortly you're going to see a neat thing, really, a men and women's doubleheader when we open up on the 10th. That'll be a great night for us. And as well as I just encourage all of you to come out and support a senior football class that's been through probably as much as any group I've ever seen or heard of in the country through their experience here, and persevered and hung in there and helped try to reestablish our program. So come honor them on the final senior day against UTEP. One thing I was asked to mention there is something more on a personal note. But besides, people think a lot of times athletic directors go out to dinners and lunches, and that's true, you do a lot of that. In fact, I do more of it than I'd like, along with traveling. But one of my favorite things, work-related, that I get to do is my breakfast meetings. And typically, I would say at least twice a week, I'm at some different outpost here in New Orleans. And when I think of New Orleans and something that's vintage New Orleans, I think of the breakfast places here, especially in the Uptown area. We lost one of my favorite ones in the Bluebird here in the last year or so, but there's rumor that it's going to make a comeback. So I'll give you an update when I hear that news. But if you ever get a chance, especially Friday mornings, I usually hold court at Slim Goodies down on Magazine. So if you want a vintage New Orleans experience, join me at Slim Goodies. I'm off. See you next time.